All right, let's go ahead and call this Pompano Beach City Commission meeting to order Monday, September 22nd, Special City Commission EMS Taxing District here today at 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and call the roll. Oh, before we go there, can everybody please silence their cell phones or put them on vibrate so we don't get disrupted? So please silence your cell phones or put them on vibrate. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Kervin.
Yes, Mayor. Commissioner Fezzik, Commissioner Perkins,
Here.
Commissioner Seegerson-Eaton,
Here.
Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Here.
Mayor Harton.
Here.
Mayor,
Yes,
I just wanted to
Mr.
bring to everyone's attention a copy of an email was placed before everyone. Commissioner Fezzik contacted me this morning and brought to my attention her desire to participate remotely. So there's a procedure that governs that participation remotely, and I'll ask Mr. Berman if he can bring that to focus.
All right. Mr. Berman?
Thank you, Mayor. The procedure adopted by the Commission was Resolution 2016-140. The City Commission adopts the following policy for commissioners who are unable to physically be present at a City Commission meeting but wish to participate in said meeting through telephonic or other similar electronic means. And it says the cause for the absence is physical disability, such as medical treatment or other similar extraordinary circumstance as determined by the City Commission. And there has to be otherwise a physical quorum present at the meeting, which we have. We have a quorum, so we can have participation by a remote process. But basically, it has to be for physical disability, medical treatment, or other similar documented or demonstrated extraordinary circumstances. The Commission makes the determination. And that's it. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. All right. And of course, we also, Kervin put this email in front of us, the original request from Commissioner Fezzik to definitely extraordinary circumstance, and she wishes to participate via telephonic or virtual conference. So it's up to the commission. What's your pleasure? Is there a motion?
Mayor?
Vice Mayor?
I'll make a motion to allow Commissioner Fezzik's participation remotely. We've done this in the past. So.
Second.
Very good. Moved and seconded for Commissioner Fezzik to participate remotely. Is there any commission discussion? Commissioner Smith?
What is the extraordinary circumstance that Commissioner Fezzik can't attend?
According to the email, that's all I have. It was not disclosed to me what the extraordinary circumstances behind her inability to be in person.
My concern is it's a scheduled meeting, just like tomorrow night is a scheduled meeting. It's not an emergency, non-scheduled meeting. I just hope she doesn't have some kind of issue like Mr. Berman mentioned, but it would be helpful to know what the extraordinary circumstances was.
Most definitely. Vice Mayor?
I guess I just think it's a basic respect. I know that I'm actually surprised we're doing this because there was a meeting probably a year ago, a budget meeting, and I think it was Commissioner Eaton that wasn't able to attend, and we never voted on it. It was just done telephonically. And no one was interrogated as to why they weren't there or what was wrong. So I think just as basic respect, I don't feel like I need to dig into her personal life. I'm going to just trust that someone would be here if they could and that they're trying to participate, and I would want the same treatment if I couldn't. I'm sure you would, we all would, if we're doing our best to be here, but if we can't, at least I think we should respect her wish. Thank you.
Very good. Commissioner Seegerson-Eaton?
Yes, I have participated remotely in the past when my mother, who was out of state in the Midwest, was being transitioned into hospice. Excuse me, I'm not talking to you.
Vice Mayor?
Thank you. I have the floor.
Yes?
And I am just concerned. I mean, that was a valid emergency situation that it could not be avoided. And so I mean, I think that there should be some explanation. I just don't think that, we should, this meeting has been scheduled for a while, since the June, July budget meetings. We've had it on our agenda. And, so, I mean, what's the harm? I actually explained to the city manager, and he related the reason I was not going to be able to be there. And apparently, and that's fine, but apparently, when you have a budget meeting, you had to physically be there. So I had no choice but to do that. So I don't know. I mean, I just don't want to go down a slippery slope unless there's when someone at least has a, let's say, courtesy or respect to give us an idea of what the reason, what the emergency is. I think that's fair, because otherwise we'll have people on a cruise ship participating remotely, and I just don't think that's fair to the public or to the rest of us. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Vice Mayor?
Why did we not vote in the past on this I'm just using it as an example because it's the most recent one I know. So why are we doing a different process today? Mr. Bourbon?
I can't say there's a different process today. This has been in place since 2016. It says, as determined by the city commission, whether you took a formal vote or didn't take at least by acquiescence, the commission allowed it previously. So whether there was a formal vote or not, I don't know if there's acquiescence here tonight or if you're going to have to vote to see how everyone thinks. All I said, and all it says here, is exactly what the Attorney General and his legal opinion in AGO 2003-41 says. Extraordinary circumstances. The Attorney General says, as determined by the appropriate, the good judgment of the board. In this case, it's changed to determined by the City Commission. So whatever you guys want to do. I didn't conduct the process last time, or whenever that prior time was, but obviously there was acquiescence by the commission to proceed in that manner.
Very good. Vice?
Thank you. Yeah, and to Commissioner Eaton, I want to have respect for the circumstances and not feel like you needed to be interrogated because you were going through a difficult time. So for me, that's what I'm trying to say, is like, if we don't need to necessarily know all of the details of what's going on in someone's personal life, to give them some basic respect if they say that they have an issue. Now, if it becomes an issue over and over, I think then it's more of a discussion, but this is the first time we're doing this. So it's the same respect that I give you to participate in those meetings, I would give to any one of us up here.
Very good, thank you. Commissioner Perkins?
Yes, Mayor. Excuse me, this is a different process. I know that a few years ago, I was just saying to you that I missed a commissioner meeting, and I wasn't remotely talking or whatever. I just couldn't attend. And I remember the mayor calling me saying, "Can you come?" And for me, I was going through a mental state, and I just couldn't think. And he says, "Well, can you do it?" And I'm like, "I just can't do it. I just can't show up." And then the very next day, which was that Wednesday, my husband passed. But I was just going through something, but I didn't want the public to know what I was going through. And for me, it was mental, but I just wasn't able to think sitting here. So I don't know whether that was discussed when I was out or not. I don't remember. But that's the only meeting I remember missing that I can remember. Could have been more, I don't know. But that's the only one I can remember. That's it. Thank you.
Very good. Well, I missed a meeting one time. I mean, not since 2016, but I missed a meeting because I crushed my heel and I had surgery on it, so I participated from my home. But that's the only meeting I've actually missed. Commissioner Segerson-Eaton?
Yeah, I was going to say too, as well, I came forth and was very transparent about the reason that I was not going to be able to attend. Talked with the city manager, and I believe what he did was polled the rest of the commission, and as far as I can see, nobody's polled me. Thank you.
Yeah. With all due respect to Commissioner Fessick, I'm not going to support this. There's a reason we're supposed to be at meetings is to take care of business, and this is not a surprise. And on top of which, I believe Commissioner Fessick indicated at our CRA meeting that she was on vacation. And I appreciate people they want to go on vacation, that's fine. But this is a job, and it's a job you're supposed to be here for. Further commission discussion? Seeing none, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins?
Yes, that I agree or don't agree?
Agree to allow her to participate.
Yes, I agree.
Commissioner Sigerson-Eaton?
Me?
Yes.
No.
Commissioner Smith?
No.
Vice Mayor Fournier?
Yes.
Mayor Harden?
No. Very good. At this point, let's go ahead.
So what does that mean?
That means that Commissioner Fessig will not be participating in the meeting telephonically.
Okay.
So let's move forward with the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Can we all please rise? Father, give us the wisdom to consider this budget this evening for the people here in the city of Pompano Beach. Let us do your will for them as we serve the residents. Thank you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Thank you. Any changes to our agenda this evening, Mr. Donovan?
No, Mayor.
Very good. Can I get a motion approving the agenda as printed?
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. Takes us up to our public hearing, final adoption of proposed millage rates and proposed budgets of the city of Pompano Beach for fiscal year 2025-26. Our considerations, item 1 is a resolution.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pompano Beach, Broward County, Florida, adopting the millages for the 2025 tax roll, levying a tax on all properties real and personal within the corporate limits of the City of Pompano Beach, Broward County, Florida, for operation and/or maintenance expenses of the City of Pompano Beach, using a general operating millage rate of 5.2181, levying a tax for the payment of principal and interest for the 2018 general obligation bonded indebtedness, using a millage rate of 0.2632, levying a tax for the payment of principal and interest for 2021 general obligation bonded indebtedness, using a millage rate of 0.1795, providing that the proposed millage rate, general operating millage, 5.2181, and emergency medical services district millage, 0.5000, of 5.7181 represents a 5.15% increase in property taxes when compared to the rollback millage rate of 5.4379, providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded for discussion. Mr. Waters, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the Commission. Josh Waters, I'm the city's budget director. We're here this evening to hold the second of the two budget hearings required under the state's Trim Act. I do have a very brief presentation to walk through, given that the Commission did make some changes to the initial proposed budget. So I just wanted to walk through those changes very briefly this evening. Great, so we'll just skip ahead to slide number 4. At last week's budget hearing, the Commission reduced the millage rate and the general fund budget, and the following slides have been updated to reflect those new totals. For FY26, revenues for all funds are estimated to be approximately $462.8 million. This was a similar slide that was presented last week, but it has been updated. The only number on this slide that changed was that the ad valorem tax revenue number was reduced by $575,087 to reflect the lower operating millage rate adopted by the Commission. So I did want to share these new updated numbers for the record. Slide 5 shows the FY26 citywide expenses. As you can still see, the general fund comprises still more than half of the budget. That's the number that changed on this slide. It was reduced by the $575,000. In addition, the general capital fund slice, the light blue slice at the bottom, was reduced by $150,000 to reflect those funds that were transferred from the capital budget over to the Northwest CRA to implement the millage rate reduction. The budget pressures, I just wanted to highlight the budget pressures again for the Commission. As we put together the FY26 budget, we experienced a number of budget pressures. Many of these are non-discretionary pressures, meaning that we have to fund them. These These include BSO contracts, including the increase related to compensation for BSO officers, required pension contribution increases for fire, police, as well as general employees, employee compensation increases, the allocation to the CRAs for the tax increment distribution, et cetera. But I did want to highlight this again for the commission and the public as the budget pressures that we face for 26. Looking to the general fund itself, this slide shows the sources of revenue for the general fund. The ad valorem tax revenue, the big blue slice on this pie chart, did decrease by the $575,000 that the commission reduced last week. So our general fund budget is $243.6 million. It was $244.1 million. These are the general fund services funded by the general fund budget. As you can still see, the public safety services, police, fire, rescue, those do comprise still more than half of the general fund budget. The slice that changed on this pie was the light blue slice at the top. That's the one that was reduced by the $575,000 to accommodate the millage rate reduction. These are the millage rates that the commission has before it this evening. The general operating millage rate was reduced by that half percentage point. EMS millage rate remains unchanged from last year, and there is a reduction to both the 2021 and 2018 bond series millage rates associated with the higher property valuation. In total, the aggregate millage rate is being reduced by 1.1%. This chart just shows the historical millage rates, both operating and aggregate. You can see with the blue slide, the blue bar in 26, the operating millage rate is decreasing. So as Mr. Berman read, the resolution you have before you adopts the city's millage rates for 2026. The aggregate millage rate operating in EMS of 5.7181 is a 5.15% increase compared to the rollback millage rate of 5.4379. This is due to the increase in property valuation and the revenue needed to fund all of those budget pressures that I described earlier in this presentation. The resolution does reflect the actions the commission took at the first public budget hearing last week to reduce the operating millage rate by 0.5%.
Very good. Thank you for that. This is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Please come forward. Public input? Oh, very good. Okay, public input closed. Commission discussion, questions, concerns? Seeing none, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Sigerson-Eaton,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Yes.
Mayor Harden.
Yes. Item 2 is a resolution.
A resolution adopting the annual budget of estimated expenditures, expenses, and receipts revenues for the city of Pompano Beach, Broward County, Florida for fiscal year 2025 through 2026, totaling $430,648,598, providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second for discussion. Once again, Mr. Waters.
This resolution is the city's budget for fiscal year 2026 and reflects the actions that the commission took at the first public budget hearing last week and the actions you just took regarding the millage rate.
Very good. Thank you for that. This also is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Seeing none, public input closed. Commission discussion. Seeing none, let's call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Sigerson-Eaton,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Yes.
Mayor Harden.
Yes. Item 3 is a resolution.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pompano Beach, Florida, adopting the 5-year capital improvement plan for the City of Pompano Beach for fiscal years 2026 through 2030, providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second for discussion. Once again, Mr. Waters.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Commission. This resolution adopts the fiscal year 2026 to 2030 capital improvement plan. The only change since we initially presented this to the commission in July is the removal of the $150,000 in general capital funds for the Habitat for Humanity CIP project, consistent with the commission's actions last week to reduce the millage rate. The funding for that project will now be carried by the Northwest CRA. You do have letters of support in your packet from the various boards and commissions.
Very good. Thank you for that. This is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Seeing none, public input closed. Commission discussion. No. Seeing none, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Sigerson-Eaton, Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Yes.
Mayor Harden.
Yes. Item 4 is a second reading of an ordinance.
An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Pompano Beach, Florida, amending Chapter 34, City Policy of the City of Pompano Beach Code of Ordinances by amending Section 34.107, Position Classification Plan, by reclassifying certain positions, by creating new positions, by retitling certain positions, and by retitling and reclassifying certain positions, providing for severability, providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second for discussion. Good evening, Ms. Inigo.
Hello, Lisa Senego, Human Resources Director. This is a housekeeping item, and this officially codifies the positions as read off by the city attorney as part of the budget that you just approved in item 2.
Very good. Thank you for that. This is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Seeing none, public input closed. Commission discussion. Seeing none, let's call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Segerson Eaton,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Yes.
Mayor Harden.
Yes. All right, that ends that meeting. Now we'll commence meeting as the EMS Taxing District, Monday, September 22nd, 2025. Goes to B, considerations. Item 1 is a resolution.
A resolution of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Pompano Beach Emergency Medical Services District, Broward County, Florida, adopting the millage for the 2025 tax roll, levying a tax on all properties real and personal within the corporate limits of the Pompano Beach Emergency Medical Services District for operation and/or maintenance expenses of the Pompano Beach Emergency Medical Services District, using a millage of 0.5000, providing that the millage rate represents a 7.99% increase in property taxes when compared to the rollback rate of 0.4630, providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second for discussion. Mr. Waters.
Good evening again, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners. The resolution adopts the fiscal 26 EMS millage rate. The increase in revenue is due to the increase in property valuation, and the additional revenue is needed to cover cost increases in the city's EMS budget. The millage rate remains unchanged from fiscal year 2025.
Very good. Thank you for that. This is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Seeing none, public input closed. Commission discussion. Seeing none, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Segerson Eaton,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Yes.
Mayor Harden.
Yes. Item 2 is a resolution.
A resolution adopting the annual budget of estimated expenditures and receipts of the Pompano Beach Emergency Medical Services District, Broward County, Florida, for the fiscal year 2025 through 2026, totaling $32,164,940, providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second for discussion. Once again, Mr. Waters.
Good evening. This resolution is the EMS budget for fiscal year 2026 and reflects the actions the Commission took at the first budget hearing last week.
Very good. Thank you for that. This is a public hearing. Is there any input from the public on this item? Seeing none, public input closed. Commission discussion. Seeing none, let's go ahead and call the roll.
Commissioner Perkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Segerson Eaton,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Fournier,
Yes.
Mayor Harden.
Yes, thank you for that. This meeting is adjourned.